Hello and welcome to the trade setup. In this video we are looking at SoundHound AI. It is time for another update, and it appears that the levels of support we have been tracking for this area of a 1-2 setup haven't managed to hold. We have seen the sustained break below them. However, the setup hasn't been fully invalidated, and even though the probabilities of this setup to end up working in the end have been damaged, I believe it still has a chance. So if we actually choose to zoom out from a larger time frame perspective, we have only retested the 50% retracement. We have only seen the retest of the level of support that actually generated this entire movement up. I still see 5 waves up, I still see an impulse, and typically I wouldn't be too interested in a structure that has failed to hold the levels of support until it showed a bit more evidence that the bottom could be in. Well, this is actually the case here because in a smaller time frame, in the case of this structure, I am able to look for an initial 5-way move to the upside within the area of a leading diagonal. Within this structure, I am tracking a potential internal 1-2 setup that can define very near levels of support that need to hold for the possibility of a breakout to still occur. In the end, this wave 5, this additional extension to lower prices we have seen, is nothing more than a completion of this as a wave C. I would still not consider that this is a 5-wave move down. The wave 4 would have been way too small in terms of proportions for this possibility to be reliable. So right now, I am looking for an actual bottom to potentially be in, and I'm looking for the next setup in the case of this stock, actually watching the levels between $6.70 down to $6.30. As long as these levels of support are still holding, I believe we can favor continuation to higher prices, whereas if we get the break below the 78.6% retracement, once again, the probabilities will definitely be damaged, and we might have to accept that it will end up failing in the end. Now, one thing to be aware of is that within this structure, this supposed wave 1, I could theoretically see the case for an extension of this move up. I could see the case where this would have been an ABC pattern within a wave 3, but I don't really like that interpretation too much. I much rather prefer this idea of a wave 2 already being in play, where the minimum expectations I would have for this structure is to reach $6.70, ideally within a slightly larger 3-wave correction. Now, that is the minimum. What I find to be a more relevant level of support is certainly going to be here, the 50% retracement at $6.60. In this region, we have actually bottomed within this internal move down, within this internal wave 3, and I believe we could be looking for that to happen again. And for now, there really isn't much else to add. We are waiting for the data, we are waiting for the signal, the opportunity. So for now, this is about it for me. If you want even more, check out the Patreon, but otherwise, these are the levels, this is the trade setup. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, and if you enjoyed the content and want to support it directly, check out the channel membership, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.